Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Metal Gear Solid 2 European Extreme difficulty video walkthrough. This is the Harrier fight, and this is one hell of a tense fight on this difficulty. So if you were looking forward to a nice test of patience and pattern memorization, then you're in the right place. So the Harrier itself on European Extreme will pretty much kill you in one hit from all of its attacks. There's a couple of them that you can survive if you're lucky, but as a precedence, you want to just treat them all as if they're potentially fatal, because you'll stay alive much longer. And there's two ways to dodge these attacks. The safe way, but the long way, is to run underneath this platform down the stairs and stay there while they land. The quicker way, but more dangerous one, that takes a hell of a lot more technique, is to use the flipping technique on the rail. And what I mean by this, guys, is during the animation of hanging over a ledge, where Raiden flips over the ledge, he's completely invulnerable while he's doing it. And if you time it correctly, you can dodge all of the attacks with the hanging over the rail technique. The only problem is, there are 3 different missile attacks that Solidus can hit you with. There is the quick one that you'll see him do throughout the fight. He generally does it early on. There is the slightly slower one where he taunts you and you hear the beeping of the missile. And then there is the Hellfire missiles that destroy the platform that you just saw a couple moments ago. And each one of them has a different timing. And unfortunately, I can't tell you the timing because it's kind of a gut feeling that you have to learn. And if you're playing on any other difficulty, you shouldn't have too much issue because you will not die as fast. But on the hardest, I mean, this bit here, this is the worst attack he does, and the reason for this is it kills you in one hit and it fires loads of missiles, but the general technique to it is to just run up and down these stairs as he's firing, just to change his trajectory, so you're always constantly moving away from where he's firing towards. And you'll notice, anybody that's done this fight that knows that technique will see that I did it wrong, because I ended up running on the bottom platform, and you don't want to do that, but I thought I was on the stairs, and I wasn't, but I still survived, so it worked out in the end. But like right there, that is the fast missile attack. As soon as he appears, when he's flown off into the distance, you want to put yourself against the railing and immediately flip over it, because if you don't, he's going to do some serious damage. If you see him start firing towards you, immediately run down here underneath this area, and you want to use this air conditioning unit, or whatever the hell this is, to put it between you and him at all times. The reason I've gone in the box, aside from comedic effect, is because it makes you a harder target to hit. And these machine gun bullets will kill you in about 3 hits. They strip your life very quickly. And in my experience with this fight, I have been hit by them when I was completely in cover, so you want to be super careful because it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. But once you come back up, you can pop your stinger back out, and he's just flown off into the distance. So you'll notice I move towards the balcony just in case I need to escape. I fire a missile. This is the homing one. And I just cocked it up. The timing was off on my landing, but you'll notice the missile hit the other side of the platform before it got to me, so I got really lucky then. And if you don't know the timing, because like I say, I didn't completely figure it out, I got lucky just then. Always go beneath. Beneath is just easier, sorry. But this is the technique for this missile barrage. Up the stairs, flip down the stairs, back and forth. As soon as he's finished, it gives you an opportunity to hit him with stingers, so make sure you come through on that. And believe it or not, ammo can be a problem during this fight. I do believe you're going to see me run out of it, and the only way to get more refills is when Pliskin throws it down, but he doesn't always immediately do it, so sometimes you're going to be just dodging him for the sake of dodging him, so be very careful. But immediately, I fire the rocket off, I jump over the balcony, I use the iframes to take the hit. And the balcony itself does stop the missiles a lot of the time, but he comes back over, he's shooting with his machine gun, so it's back down, rinse and repeat. Hide behind the air conditioning unit. And it's a pretty tense fight, this, I've got to admit. It took me a couple times, because I'm never good when it's, you know, one mistake and it's game over. That's not generally how I like to play. I'm not the dude that does the flawless runs, but you definitely learn the rhythm for this fight once you do it enough times. And once you get it down, it becomes very, very standard and not too difficult at all. And when you go back to easy and you kill him in like 5 stingers or something silly, it is, you know, it's a lot less stressful than this fight's going to be. And little tip as well, on your radar, do you see the red triangle? That is where the Harrier is at all times. Just watch your radar if you lose track of him. And when he says that, I'll let you go out in style, that means he's firing the homing missile. And that was the timing, that was much better timing. I could have delayed maybe a second longer, Don't ask me why I dropped down, I couldn't tell you, that was a mistake on my part, but yeah, that was almost perfect timing of that last attack. When the camera switches to this, it's always going to do the missile barrage, so make sure you're on the stairs before he comes up. If you are confident that you can fire a stinger before you go to the stairs, feel free to do so to get some extra damage, but every single time I tried to do that, I got killed. And the main reason is, when I went to move towards the staircase, Raiden would get stuck and he would not move out of cover, and I'd get killed. Or another great one was when I went to run down the staircase and I pressed A to do the flip roll, he'd lay down because I wasn't moving fast enough, and I'd get killed by that because I couldn't get back up quick enough. And let me tell you, I shouted at Raiden quite a lot throughout this fight because he was being a fucking bitch. But just keep ploughing away. There's only a couple more hits left. He's coming back for the machine gun barrage. And if you've not noticed by now, this fight might be slightly different to your fight, because once again the AI will do different things depending on how quickly you take its life down, and depending on, you know, what it wants to do in that particular encounter. But I will say one thing, once you do this fight, the rest of the game up until the end is very simple. There is only one encounter coming up that's even remotely challenging, and that's because you have to do sniping bullshit. Because the sniper section aside, this is going to be smooth sailing now up until the Tengu room. And then the Tengu room, the Torture, the Metal Gear fight, and then Solidus are all pretty challenging in different ways. But there's the beeps. If you come down here and crouch, it will hit the other side of the air conditioning unit and you're safe. And just keep doing it, stay patient, don't panic. And the only thing that's going to fuck you on this fight is the fact that you have to play it almost flawlessly. But that will come with time and practice, and before you know it, Solidus will be growling and the Harrier will be sinking. But this should be the victory shot, I do believe. One more, and there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope it helps, and you take care now.